My time has been incredibly overtaken by Half-Life Alyx in recent months, and so it seems to the core of my audience that subscribed to Team Fortress 2 that side of my career has just ended. That's not the case. In the background, I have been working diligently with community-driven Team Fortress 2 projects that are both mods in their own right or things added on to Team Fortress 2 as a whole. However, the core game, Team Fortress 2, is there more content coming out? Are we going to be seeing another Jungle Inferno? Where is the team? And exactly why does it seem like everybody has a problem with casual right now? Does Team Fortress 2 actually work? Is it worth playing? Or is the entire experience being overrun by bad actors? And does it seem like Valve just doesn't care anymore? We'll find out, because I've found some real weird, conflicting information on that front. Let's talk about that. Here we go. Okay, it appears like if you ask anyone about the current state of Team Fortress 2, they will tell you that it's impossible to have an enjoying game of casual due to spin bots or cheaters or script kiddies or whatever you want to call them. Essentially, these bad actors have evolved over time to become more and more of a nuisance and just outright ruining the game for everyone over time. There are a couple very successful YouTube videos out there detailing this situation through video or audio. However, through all of this apparent community outcry, it seems as if Valve has done nothing about it. This is a problem that I personally have been hearing about since before even Half-Life Alyx was announced. So, months ahead, why isn't Valve doing anything? Is there anything you could even do to fix a problem like this? Well, for anyone interested, I think I may have an answer, and it lies within Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Now, if any Counter-Strike fans were paying attention back in 2018, a CSGO team member, John McDonald, gave a GDC talk about trust, and a machine learning algorithm that was specifically made to find and group different players based on their in-game and out-of-game behaviors on Steam with other players with a similar behavior level. In layman's terms, it means if you are a behaved player who just logs on to play the game and enjoy the game and not cause problems for anybody, you're going to be grouped with like-minded players. And the people who cheat or associate themselves with cheaters will be grouped together. All it takes is the game's entire matchmaker to be rewritten to better utilize Valve's trust server, or as they call it at GDC, VACnet. If the Team Fortress 2 team existed right now, and they weren't tied up with Half-Life Alyx, it could very well be reapplied to Team Fortress 2, thus only grouping together the bad actors with themselves, and the well-behaved players can all group together with themselves and enjoy the game properly. That would be a great way to be able to fix this cheater problem that I've been hearing so much about. Well, except speculation. I have a feeling it's already happened, and a lot of the people that have been complaining may have a few secrets of their own. Because I've run an experiment. I have been playing Team Fortress 2, playing it like this. I allow myself to queue into any single casual map. I don't care which one, just put me in it. I will then play around on that map, leave, and then queue into another map. I will do that for 2 hours every day. Do you know how many times I ran into a spin bot or a cheater of any kind? Once. I've never cheated. I don't cheat. And while I was hearing about all of these issues with script bots, spin bots, script kiddies, whatever you want to call them, I wasn't experiencing this problem at all. And a lot of my friends that I play Team Fortress 2 with haven't experienced these problems at all. You have to remember, Valve actually announced that they were going to be introducing the VACnet system to any third-party game that was interested in introducing it. You also have to remember that John McDonald during the 2018 GDC talk stated that they actually introduced VACnet 6 months before they actually told anybody about it. And I think the exact same thing is happening here. Now sure, you may be thinking to yourself that you don't cause any problems, or at least you don't think, and you're still experiencing a lot of bad actors in Team Fortress 2. Is there anything you can do about it? Well, unfortunately, Valve is not giving out the specific things that cause you to have a trust number or a behavior number. However, if I were you, if you have a large number of VAC-banned friends, get them out of your friends list. If you associate with a lot of cheaters to begin with, stop doing that. Valve can tell who you're connecting with, and based on the behavior numbers of other players, they're likely gonna figure out what you're doing. So, if you're a fan of Team Fortress 2 who was backed out of the game because you hear all of these negative experiences that you yourself Haven't experienced? Don't believe them. In one video in particular talking about the problems of Team Fortress 2, another major issue that's brought up is the DDoS attacks. This was something I personally experienced through a few months early in 2018. It was impossible to stream Team Fortress 2 for a period of time because, as far as I remember, a group of people wanted to try and kill Team Fortress 2 by destroying streamers' ability to play the game through a botnet and tracking players' servers. Myself and a couple other content creators on Team Fortress 2 made a lot of noise to Jill, Dave Riller, and Eric Smith, and they actually fixed the problem on official servers. If you have community servers, sure, you need your own DDoS protection, but Valve themselves invested a lot of money for DDoS protection, and it's actually not been a massive problem for over a year. Now, a legitimate problem in the community is the toxicity that exists within it. Remember what I just told you, that there was a group of people that wanted to try and kill the game with a botnet? Yeah, that's a real problem. Another real problem that exists with Team Fortress 2 is communication. In a world where Valve now has their own active Twitter page, and we have games like Dota Underlords and Counter-Strike Global Offensive talking and making jokes all the time, Team Fortress 2 is not something that will ever get that kind of treatment. Ever. It's a relic. The game was released in 2007, and it still has an active player base, which is a huge accomplishment for Valve. However, as it currently stands, there are only like 3 to 5 people actively working on Team Fortress 2, and even those people aren't working on Team Fortress 2 full time. They're programmers and mappers whose professions are better used and better adding value to things like Half-Life Alyx. Now, that doesn't mean they're not working on anything. I have heard from 5 different sources that they're currently actively working on the next major update. Code is being written, things are being committed, but that doesn't mean Team Fortress 2 is a priority in the eyes of Valve. We're essentially living in a situation where the community needs to pick up the slack, and the next update will always be in the future. We just need to wait years at a time for something like that to happen, and given the success of Half-Life Alyx thus far, it may not ever get back to the place where it was in 2013 or 2014. But that does need to be stated. There is another update being worked on. It's being worked on right now, and there was an update being worked on following Jungle Inferno that was canceled for one reason or another. Now, what can you do as a community in the meantime? Well, it's safe to say that the content creators within Team Fortress 2 are the most active they've ever been. You have creators.tf, yes, a thing that I help out on and have supported and technically invented. It's amazing. You have your own community events being created by community members that you can play. You have custom content, custom weapons, custom maps, custom contracts, all of that available for free. No money being spent whatsoever. Link to that down in the description below. You want an entirely new experience? How about Open Fortress? A game built on top of Team Fortress 2's code base to introduce entirely new game modes. Classes, weapons, music, everything is brand new, and it's incredible, and you can play it right now. You want to jump back in time? How about Pre-Fortress 2? A version of the game that allows you to play the versions of Team Fortress 2 before it even went public, versions of the game that had the nail gun, or the syringe, or the medic pack. And then, of course, you have TF2C, a community project that's existed for well over 5 years, and is due to have its next update this month. An update that is massive, and I currently have access to, and will give you hundreds of hours of things to do within a Team Fortress 2-like area. And then, of course, you have Team Deathmatch Classic, which no one knows anything about at all. You want something official? Well, did you know that the person that created like the majority of the concept pieces for Team Fortress 2 and essentially invented the art style that we know as Team Fortress 2, Moby Frankie? He's currently working at Riot as the creative director of what was formerly called Project A, now called Valiant. This is a game I want to make a report on because it needs to be stated, it is a spiritual successor to Team Fortress 2 and Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Their purpose is to create a game that takes the best parts of both of those experiences and has the guy who created Team Fortress 2's art style as the creative director. That's friggin' awesome. There's a lot to play. There's another update in the distant horizon, and I don't think the cheaters problem is as big of a deal as people are making it out. You can still enjoy casual if you are a behaved player, and you can still play hundreds of new things within the Team Fortress 2 universe. You just have to know where to look. Links to everything that you can play right now down in the description below. And of course, if you want to send me any information about how I'm wrong, how I'm right, or how I can improve what I'm doing, my Twitter DMs and Discord DMs are always open down in the description below, and my email is tylermcvicker@yahoo.com. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. Have a good day. Adios.